Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an audio piece just talking about my challenge that I'm going to be doing on vocal.media. I'm going to explain what vocal media is if you are new and you don't really understand what it is. But if you're a writer and you haven't been writing on vocal media, then this might be a good platform for you to check out. I'm going to be honest with you, I have had over the years a love-hate relationship with vocal, but right now I'm quite happy with vocal and I am writing consistently on there. Okay, so before we get into it, my name is Adina. If you're new here, and I am a content writer first. That is what I did when I started working online, doing freelance content writing. And I built a content writing business, a content writing service-based business. Did that for quite a period of time and made a significant amount of income using that, the freelancing and outsourcing method. And at the same time, simultaneously, I was actually also creating niche blogs. So I've been creating niche blogs for over a decade now, and that has formed a significant part of my income as well. Aside from being a content writer, I am a digital entrepreneur, multiple digital businesses, and I'm most recently a software developer. Okay, so if you don't know much about me, I'm someone who I like to challenge myself. Every month I like to do a challenge, whether it be on Medium or my blog or on Vocal or whatever platform. I like to do some kind of creative challenge. And I just came up with the idea today actually to do a vocal media challenge because I did a 100-day challenge at one point and I failed the challenge. And so I want to jump back into posting on vocal consistently. So I'm going in with a vocal media 7-day quick fire challenge. And this challenge is going to be 7 days, like I said. I'm going to explain what this challenge is going to be about. So bear with me with that. I'm excited for this challenge actually. So, like I said, I like to challenge myself. It's been a while since I've done a vocal media challenge. You know, I failed the last 100-day challenge. So this time, instead of doing a 100-day challenge, I'm doing a 7-day challenge to kickstart and get myself back into the mode of challenges on vocal. People always ask me this question. They're like, Adina, why do you like challenges so much? And this is my answer, and it's always the same. I mean, there's different sort of variations on these actual words, but I like to pretty much say this when people ask me this question. Challenging myself is a way of life, and as a creative, I must feel the creativity. I have to feel something. When I'm challenging myself, I feel this deep sense of purpose. I'm not doing the same tasks each day. I'm in a race with myself and my brain. So one of the things that challenges does for me is it shakes my brain. I like to say this phrase a lot, shakes my brain. People think, what does that mean? But it gets me thinking and it forces me to dig deep and come up with ideas. I mean, one thing about me is I do have many ideas. And talking of ideas, actually, I have an e-guide called Ideation Mastery. It's a powerful, value-packed e-guide that I created some time ago, but it's still extremely relevant to this day, and you can check that out in the description. So yeah, when I say shakes my brain, it really pushes me to come up with ideas. Yes, I have a bank of ideas. Yes, I have a spreadsheet with loads of different content ideas and all of that to pull from. I have different platforms that I like to go to on a daily basis to just kind of browse through and connect with other creatives and stuff like that, and all of that. And also I have so many articles online and pieces of content that I can actually pull from. But I find that when I do a challenge, it stretches me. And so, for example, if I do a challenge where it's themed, I know I have to stick to that theme, and that helps to shake my brain as well. And I think it's really important for creatives. If you're a writer, if you are a graphic designer, if you're a rapper, whatever it is, doing challenges is a really powerful way of stretching your creativity. So usually when I'm done with a challenge, I feel this hunger for more. There's this renewed sense of fulfillment and peace, and I feel connected to my creative power, to divine source. if you're a creative and you create on a daily basis, you're a content creator, or you're a musician, or whatever it is, you are highly connected to divine source. And I think a lot of creators don't talk about this aspect of creativity. Sort of ask yourself why some creators, especially the really successful ones, they end up kind of often troubled. And the reason is because they are so connected to source that they can be pulled in one or of two directions, and that's usually down a sort of more, I would say, more of a negative path, sort of spiraling out of control, because there's just so much connection and so much going on that in their brains that it can almost go down the path of insanity, eccentricity in a way. Anyway, that's another video because it's quite deep. That's another video. So I feel connected to divine source when I do these challenges, because I have to just close my eyes and go all in. So it's difficult to explain, especially to people who don't see the point of all these challenges. But put it this way, I can't go a single month without challenging myself in some way. It's part of who I am. So for this 7-day vocal media challenge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post 2 articles a day. The focus for these articles will be vocal media. Yes, I'm going to be writing 14 articles that relate to the platform itself. One thing I do like doing is I like writing about platforms. And since Medium, like when I was writing heavily on Medium, I used to write a lot of Medium-focused articles. And if you don't know much about Medium, or if you haven't been writing over on Medium, you won't know they've changed the rules, and now articles that relate to Medium are not allowed to be monetized, which I think is unfair. I don't want to rant about that today because so writers can't earn income from articles about Medium on Medium. So I'll write about Medium and vocal on vocal. Hopefully vocal don't change their rules anytime soon. But that's the reason why it's really, really important to own your asset, your digital asset. So many people put so much energy into building digital assets on rented property, meaning on platforms, Medium, YouTube, Vocal, Twitter, or X, all these platforms, but neglect building content on their own platform, as in their own website, their own newsletter. I know a lot of people are on Substack and all of that, but I believe that Substack is also it's also a rented land. So I feel like it's really important to just have your own self-hosted website, and then have a newsletter attached to that. But you want to have your own blog. So throughout this challenge, I'm going to do cash giveaways each day. So I'm kickstarting the challenge tomorrow. I'm posting this today, which is the 25th of June. I always become emotional when it comes to the 25th of June because it's the day of Michael Jackson's death. It's his anniversary of his death. I haven't seen much content about it, actually. It's quite interesting. But anyway, so that's going to be today. So I'm going to be giving away $50 to one lucky vocal writer. So if you're not a vocal writer and you want to sign up to Vocal and just start posting content on there in order to access this giveaway, then you can go ahead and do that. So here's how to take part. You're going to make sure you're following me on Vocal. I'm going to leave the link for my Vocal page in the description. You're going to grab any e-guide from my store, and I'm going to leave a link for my e-guide store in the description. And you're going to leave a comment here saying I'm in. And you're going to email me with your Vocal account name or link and proof of e-guide download. So I'm going to leave my email in the description as well. So I'm excited to create some detailed content about vocal media because I get so many questions via email and from friends and family about vocal media and Medium. I'll share these articles with anyone who asks about writing on vocal media. I'm going to talk about the goal. So the goal is to expand my reach on Vocal, as I took some time away from the platform, as I mentioned earlier, and then came back and then left again. I do post consistently, at least about 3 to 4 times a week I'm posting on there. However, I want to get back to posting daily, every day, Monday to Sunday. every single day, basically. I'm also doing a Gumroad digital product challenge at the moment, so I have to post at least one article there daily anyway. But that's a separate thing, and I won't include that in my vocal media challenge. So right now I'm simultaneously doing two challenges. I'm doing the Gumroad digital product challenge, but the thing about the Gumroad digital product challenge is that it's a 60-day challenge, and so when I finish the vocal media, I'm still going to be going on with the Gumroad one. So right now I've written several pieces for the Gumroad challenge already, and I'll post some repurposed pieces there too. So for the Gumroad challenge, I'm going to do a video about it, but what I'm doing for the Gumroad challenge is I'm posting blog posts every single day on Gumroad. Gumroad also has a section where you can post blog posts. So I'm posting every single day on Gumroad as well. So at the moment, I'm a free vocal user, meaning I do not pay the $49 per year for my vocal account. I'm on the free one. And with the free one, you get paid $3.80 per thousand views, and the paid one, you get paid $6 per thousand views. So, I don't expect to earn thousands, but anything I do earn will go towards supporting vulnerable women in Ghana. So, if you're new to my content, you might not know that I support vulnerable women and children in Ghana, West Africa, and giving back is one of the core values attached to my business. Therefore, at times, I offer free coaching or low-cost coaching. So right now, for the month of July, I'm offering 2 more low-ticket coaching spaces for people who can't afford my high-ticket offers. This is part of my giving back initiative. I do this every couple of months. So I'm right in the middle of a month, the first month of the last one. So I have 1 month left of that one, and then my next one is going to be starting in July. So I'm going to have 2 spaces. So for people who can't afford my high-ticket offers, and as a seasoned content writer, digital entrepreneur and software developer, I provide new creators with guidance and accountability to build a sustainable content-driven business. I do want to make this clear. I would say when you think of the word content, a lot of people just think, oh, if you create content, you are a video creator, you're a YouTuber, you're a TikToker, or you're an Instagram creator. But, before any of that, there was blogging, there was writing, there was creating written content. And that's what I started with. I started as a writer, writing on platforms. There was other platforms before Vocal and before Hub Pages and all of those platforms. And I started writing my own blog. I created my own blog years ago called Intrigue Magazine. It was a music blog, actually. I would say it was an online magazine. I didn't even like using the word blog. I got into so many top music events because of that one website called Intrigue Magazine. I got into Glastonbury, I got into the Wireless Festival, I got in to see Jay-Z, I got in to see Snoop, I got in to see Stevie Wonder, I got in to see so many artists, all off of the back of the my magazine that I created. I created another one called Sound Synergy, which was another like a music review publication for up and coming artists, and I got in to see so many major artists just off the back of that as well. So I've built so many websites over the years, and I continue to do those as well. So this vocal media challenge is going to be really fun. I'm excited to get it done. So I want to just ask you this question. As a writer, what questions do you have about vocal, and what would you like to read? If you followed me on my other channel before, because I had another channel and the channel was deleted. That's why I've got a new one, and it's not really new actually. It's a channel that was here before that was faceless, and now I've revived it into a face channel. On my previous channel, I spoke about how I wasn't happy with vocal media and I didn't like the platform, and that was because there were so many issues at one point with the platform, and now things seem to have smoothed out and ironed out on vocal, and I've started to like it again. So I've gone back. So if you have any questions about vocal, you can leave those in the comments. And like I said, if you want to take part in the $50 giveaway for the vocal media challenge, then you can follow the instructions that I mentioned in this piece. I'm going to be doing cash giveaways every single day on Vocal Media. But you can't announce it like it's a cash giveaway. You have to create an article and put it in there, because they don't allow this kind of thing, because they see it as, I don't know the reason, but so yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos about vocal soon, so please do make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing Gumroad videos, Payhip, and just videos about building digital income streams using written content specifically.